Gutted Wallabies players have admitted they let down Australia after a 38-7 Bledisloe Cup mauling at the hands of New Zealand in front of more than 80,000 Finns at the MCG. It means Australia are now 0-3 under Eddie Jones' second reign as Wallabies coach, and raises serious questions just weeks out from the Rugby World Cup in France. Compounding the drubbing was what looks to be a serious leg injury, an expected ruptured Achilles, to co-captain Alan Alalatoa, a rib issue for Tainila Tongan-Thor. Tupou, and a very concerning update on superstar veteran Michael Hooper, who has a serious calf injury. But all that will concern fans right now is just how on earth the side can turn their insipid form around ahead of Australia's opening game of the World Cup against Georgia in Paris on September 9. Only Richie Munga's boot prevented the 31.6-1 try rout from being even bigger, with the All Blacks expertly absorbing pressure on Australia, before ruthlessly taking advantage of the opportunities present. Speedy Queensland Red scrum half Tate McDermott, who replaced Nick White in the number 9 jersey ahead of the game, admitted he was gutted after the loss. "Disappointing. 83,000 people showed up tonight to support us and we didn't give them much," he said. Young prop Angus Bell, one of the few forwards that could hold his head high, went a step further, saying he felt like the side let the entire country down. "It's just hard. Let down all the Melbourne people that came out to watch us. We trained pretty hard this week and are trying to put out a good performance," Bell said after the game. "We've let down Eddie, we let down Australia, and it's hard because we work so hard. I guess we've just got to come back next week and change a few things." Wallabies legend Tim Horan, who has won 2 World Cups of his own, admitted the players should be gutted about their performance, but said he was still hopeful they could turn it around before flying to France. "No one wants to see the Wallabies beaten by that much. But I saw enough in 56 minutes to give me and hopefully the fans hope leading into next Saturday and the World Cup," Horan said on Stan Sports coverage of the match. "I thought they were more physical at the breakdown, defense was a lot better and they needed to score a try in that first 16 minutes in the second half." One of the bright moments in a sea of dark ones for the Wallabies was the performance of Flyers' Marika Koroibete and Mark Naukanatawis on the wings. The latter's brilliant run set up Australia's only try, and he has absolutely locked up the free wing spot after a strong run of form since Jones signed on. A pragmatic Jones is also holding out hope like his former star, Horan, though he admitted Wallabies fans need to pray to any god they have to help Australia turn it around in time for a challenge at the WL Liam Webb Ellis Trophy. "Where's there's life there's hope. I've coached teams like this before and you can turn it around." Determined Jones told reporters after the game. "I saw enough today to know that we can be a bloody good team. You're sitting there thinking what's this bloke talking about? But I'm telling you boys, we can turn it around and be a very good team. So for the fans, they've got to keep being hopeful. Keep praying, whatever God they've got, keep praying that we turn it around. We will." And how exactly does a side turn it around after 3 straight losses to the tune of 65 points? Practice, practice, practice. With just another Bledisloe Cup game on August 5 and a friendly against France on August 28 prior to the World Cup, there will have to be a lot of hard yards on the training paddock to give themselves any chance, despite a ridiculously easy group. And part of that training will be locking down who will be in the most important positions across the park, and improving on partnerships. Jones dismissed any criticism of the changes he made to the starting side, including starting youngster Carter Gordon ahead of veterans like Quade Cooper and Bernard Foley, insisting it was all part of getting better. "The only thing that changes is the way you train. You've just got to train better," he told reporters when asked how he could turn the poor form around. "Our only opportunity to get better is through training. We don't have any other opportunities. There's selection, but I think the starting guys did pretty well and we'll see next week. It's not experimentation, but we need to find a squad of 33 that can go to the World Cup." But Wallabies legend Drew Mitchell urged his former coach to pick and stick just weeks out from a World Cup. Mitchell told Daily Mail Australia recently that he believed the experienced pairing of White and Cooper should be tasked with marshalling the running, aggressive style of rugby Jones wants the Wallabies to play with. And while he sung the praises of Gordon's tenacity and footy nous, and said he would absolutely be playing a role at the World Cup, he said in order to have any hope at the tournament, Jones needed to be playing his best lineup for the next 2 tests. "It's disappointing. It's not where we want to be and where we need to be at this point of a campaign this close to a World Cup," Mitchell said on Stan Sport. Eddie Jones needs to pick his best 15 and give them some time together in these next 2 test matches to start getting some combination and cohesiveness together. Australia's second game of the Bledisloe Cup will take place on next Saturday afternoon at Forsyth Bar Stadium in Dunedin.